Welcome everyone to part one of our drawing an animated gator. Today we're going to start a drawing where we draw an animated gator. We're going to go through outlining it later on with a black marker, and we're also going to talk about how to add some color to really bring it about or change some things. So for our first step today, we're simply going to be using some pencils, okay? I like to have two already sharpened. Got an eraser in case, but just regular pencils. Now my first tip is this. You want to keep everything you draw very light in case you make a mistake. Light pencil is easy to erase. Today I'm going to be drawing pretty strong because I want you to be able to see the lines that I draw so you can follow me. However, you're drawing on yours, you draw very light. All right, part one. The first thing we want to draw on this gator is over in our area over here to the left, we're going to draw a little shape I like to call the slide. It's going to do this. It's going to start at the top and it's going to go way down just like that. Just like a little slide you can go down. Okay. The next step, we're going to go underneath this slide with almost kind of like a letter U. It's almost like this right here. Okay. I'm kind of drawing it with my pencil so you can see it, but I'm going to go right underneath just like that. All right. That's my letter U. All right. Next step, we're going to draw the letter V, just like this. The letter V, just like that. And that's going to be all we need to set up the eye for our alligator. Okay. The next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to put the little kind of a dome shape, a curve right above this eye. All right. I'm kind of drawing it first with my pencil, imaginary. Now I got it. Kind of like this right here. Yours can look a little different. Small changes are what's going to give your gator a lot of personality, okay? The next part we need is a little spot that's going to kind of be almost like his brain right here. It doesn't need to be really big, and it's going to be a curve just like this. So we're going to go from right here to right here with just a little curve like this. All right? Now, here comes the part where we do the nose of the alligator, or the snout. For this, we're really just going to have a straight line. It's going to be kind of long, but we're going to draw it from where we stopped right here to about over here. We want to leave a little bit of space on this side of the page because we're going to add something at the end of that line that looks like nostrils. Okay, so we want to draw from here to somewhere over here. Sometimes I like to put a little line or a little dot like, I need to go about right here. And it helps me when I draw my line to know about where I need to go. So about right there, okay? Help me keep it so I had a little bit of space over here. All right, that's all we need for the top of our nose. Now we're gonna do our nostrils. Now the nostrils are kind of fun. They're really just heels, but how we're gonna do this to make this kind of look three-dimensional is we're gonna first do one that starts below this line right here, and we're gonna go up and make a little heel like this right here, okay? Next, underneath that heel, we're going to do the same shape, but a little bit smaller. And that's all we need to show the nostril or the hole inside of there. If you feel like you want to kind of draw a little curve like this so you can actually see a hole in there, you could do that too. I'm going to just color it in so you can see it's dark. All right, now here's how to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. We're going to do the nostril on the other side, but we're going to make it come from behind this one to show overlapping. So my nostril goes up and back down to right there. All righty. Now, next part is real simple. It's kind of like a backwards C. We're going to make a shape that's going to curve and come down somewhere underneath here. Now, use your pencil and imagine and find underneath this eye, somewhere underneath about where that is on your paper, because that's about how low you want to come with this curve, okay? So it's kind of right there. So let's say about right here. All right, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little curve like this right here. Oh, bam, to right there. All right, that's going to set up the bottom part of our mouth. Our mouth's actually going to be open like this because we're going to put some teeth in here. So now with our next line, we really want to go from here to somewhere underneath the eye. So the same as before, you can put a little dot, just a little one, because you're probably going to want to erase it or take it out later. And we can draw this line from here to here. Now, I like to make my line wave just a little bit. It makes my mouth look a little bit more natural, okay? That's not a huge wave, not a big zigzag, but a little bitty wave, all right? Next part, we're going to do the curve of the mouth and come down, all right? The curve of the mouth and come down. So at this line, you're simply going to curve. You want a little bit of a curve, and you're going to slide it straight down like this right here, okay? To right there. And that's going to set up the top part of our mouth. But now we're going to do the bottom part down here because this mouth's going to be open and chomping. So down here underneath, we're going to start a line that's going to go from behind this line, so about right here, and we're going to bring this line somewhere out to here. Now notice if I put my pencil right there, notice how that lines up with the top mouth up here. I don't think you want your line further than the top mouth. It's going to make him look like he's got an underbite. All right, but if you go a little below, that's fine. So I'm going to say about right here, I can line it up and say I need a little dot. Yeah, I like my little dot right there. Okay, and I can go from this spot to this spot. So behind that line, I'm going to come out to here. Oh, yeah, make it wave a little bit. Boom, just to right there. All right, the next step is the same as this step up here. We're going to do a curve that's going to go down to here. Now, I don't have really anywhere to measure, but you can kind of guess about the same width as this and this. Okay, so about right here, and we're going to do a little curve. Now, the next part is we're going to do a line that's going to come to about right here, so kind of in the middle of this, and stop. This line's just going to be like this right here. And the reason we stop there is now we're going to do a circular shape right here. And that's going to help show that this our gator has a jaw on it, okay? That's going to be his jaw muscle. So see how I'm drawing that with my finger right there? Same thing, I can imagine it with my pencil. I like to do that before I draw things. It helps so much. So I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to curve this around all the way right there. Notice I went up above this area here, so you really want to go up and around it to right there. All right, the next part is we want to do one more curve shape, and this curve shape is just going to go all the way up to right there, okay? So that's the outline part of our gator. Got a couple of more detailed things to do now. Now we want to draw a curve like this for the other eyeball, but since it's on the other side, we want to make it actually go behind these. So that's why I waited to draw it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start about right here in the head, and it's just a little curve shape like this. Now we don't actually have to draw the eyeball because it's going to be hidden. Now let's do these spikes at the back of the head too, because they're going to be important for later. So all we're doing for our spikes is you're just doing a little triangle like that. Okay, you can change the size of them, make them bigger or smaller. That's what's going to give your gator personality. You can make a lot of them, a little of them. I'm just going to put a few of them to right here, and I'm going to be good. Okay. The next part we got to discuss is the teeth of our gator. Okay. Now your teeth can be a lot of different ways. You can draw square teeth. You can draw triangle teeth. You can make them really sharp. You can make them really dull. You can make them miss some. Whatever. It's up to you. But a general idea of teeth are kind of like the letter V. Now with our gator, since his mouth is this way, what I do with my letter V's is when they come down, I like them to kind of curl in towards the mouth a little bit. All right. So watch. I did a letter V just like that. See that letter V curves a little bit? And that's all you got to do. Now, if you want to show some overlapping to make the front look three-dimensional, put some little teeth like this and maybe one more big one like this. So that way, see how they overlap like that? It helps give the idea of three-dimensionality. All right, next couple things through here is we're just going to space our gator's teeth out. So I'm going to draw a couple right here. Boom, just like that. All right, I'm going to do the bottom two for the really quick. If you need to pause and slow down and watch me do each step, that's fine. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just lay some teeth in there. He's pretty cool gator. All right, I like what I have so far. All right, we got a couple things that I want to add to this. I want to give us a chance to draw a body on here, so that way we kind of give our gator a little bit more personality. For our body, it's going to be really simple. Watch how I do this. First, I'm going to do a line right here that goes down and right here that goes down. Now, don't be fooled into thinking that this is the whole body, okay? I know that looks like a little neck, but just trust me on this, okay? Watch this. On the other side of this, I'm going to put a line right here, okay? I know that's weird, but just trust me. Over here, I'm going to put a curve like this right here. Just a little, almost a backwards C. You can think about it like that. Little curve. And now watch. I'm going to do a line down like this and this. And that's actually going to be our gator's arm. So if you have more room on your paper and want to do some stuff with his arm, you can. All right, now watch. Behind that now, I'm going to do one more line. Now you can see the gator's body. So this is his belly. So for his belly, I like to do these little curve lines like this. It gives him that belly texture. And then since this is his back here, I'm going to do a couple more spikes just like that. Now his arm's going to be hidden on the other side. So if you want to draw an arm out here, you can. That's going to be up to you. The last thing we need to do is we need to put a tongue on our gator. For our gator tongue, we really just need to start back here and kind of just let it come down and end somewhere before the end of the mouth. Real simple idea. If you want to make yours stick out really long and cool and change it up, that's going to be awesome too. Okay, I'll see you next time, and we'll talk about how to outline and add color.